These 6 bison may look like they've always been here, but the story of how they arrived is filled with twists and turns. It starts with Doug Kaufman and his persistent curiosity.
The more I read, the more times I came across published references to this specimen group of bison that were collected in Montana in 1886 by the Smithsonian's chief taxidermist. And I became interested in that group as a symbol and wondered what ever happened to it.
For decades, this display of Montana bison held pride of place at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. Carefully constructed by Smithsonian taxidermist William T. Hornaday, it inspired thousands of visitors to become aware of the plight of bison in the wild. The bull in particular became iconic, inspiring images on currency, stamps, and even the seal of the Department of the Interior.
So a period of approximately 70 years, and they were seen by millions of Americans and people from all over the world who were thrilled to see this specimen group. It was the first museum group that might be called a habitat group or a diorama, and although it didn't have a painted backdrop, it did have a natural groundwork of a prairie sod that was shipped in from Montana back to Washington, and prairie plants, sage in the grasses, and prairie dirt.
But in 1957, the display was taken down, and each bison was scattered to the 4 winds. Doug Kaufman made it his life's mission to track each one down. He found the bull here at Fort Benton.
And I get a phone call from our old director, and he said, "You've got to come down and meet this character who is lying under the bull buffalo we have in the museum." And his name was Doug Kaufman, who is the instigator of this entire project, who did the research and the looking and got us cranked up to maybe try to do something to save these bison.
And I finally came to Fort Benton to see, and sure enough, I could tell the vintage of the taxidermy. It was Hornaday.
It took years, the perseverance of many people in this small town, but eventually the display was resurrected here at Fort Benton.
All the people that helped us are listed as conservators, and we feel that this being the last bison ever collected off the Great Plains from the 1880s, we have a treasure for the United States and the world.
I'm inspired every time I walk into this Hornaday room here in Fort Benton and see this specimen group. I have an inner quiet and peace that comes over me, and the joy of knowing we restored this group to the public and their story can go forward.
These bison have come full circle, from Montana's last wild herds to Washington's grand museum halls, back again to the plains where their story began.